Lane 6, Gordon Grieve. And in lane 7, Everett Smethurst. Taking the dive is heat number 2 on the far side. Lane 1, Dave Smith. Lane 3, Bill Livingood. Lane 4, Jack Iliff. Lane 5, Richard Birds. Lane 6, Bob Whitty. Lane 7, James Hogriffy. Lane 8, Tom Burgess. And in lane 9, Sandy Thatcher. All of the amazing men that you see in the water across the pool right now are all above 80. If I could please get a coach from Austin Swim Club to the announcer's table, please. A coach from Austin Swim Club to the announcer's table, please. Taking the win for heat number 1 with a time of 1:56.33 from Nova Aquatics, Everett Smethurst. Taking the win for heat number 2 with a time of 1:13.87 from Temple Place Aquatics, Richard Burns. We're still in need of a second timer for lanes 2 through 4 on the odd end. Heats 3 and 4 currently in the water. For heat 3 in lane 2, Henry McCready. Lane 3, Gerard Arnson. Lane 4, Wayne Helm. Lane 5, Stephen Heck. Lane 6, Kevin McPheron. Lane 7, Pete Rains. Lane 8, Jim Laurie. And in lane 9, William Tendrick. Taking the win for that heat is going to be lane number 5 with a time of 1:13.33, Stephen Heck from Swim Fort Lauderdale. For heat number 4 on the far side, in lane 2, Clifford Johnson. Lane 3, Daniel Dudley. Lane 4, Don Donahue. Lane 5, Patrick Harrington. Lane 6, Gary Colton. Lane 7, David Hefner. Lane 8, Steve Lintz. And in lane 9, Paul Brown. Heat 5's beginning here on the near side, with lane 1 being John Shalene. Lane 2, Greg Tharp. Lane 3, Eric Van Boer. Lane 4, Cliff Stevens. Lane 5, Tom Wolf. Lane 6, Rick Abbott. Lane 7, Bruce Williams. Lane 8, Dean Ficos. Lane 9, Brian Vichard. And in lane 10, John Risden. Taking the win for heat number 5 with a time of 1:00.62 from Lone Star Masters, Tom Wolf. For lane 6 in lane 2, we have Richard Vale. Lane 3, Greg Joseph. Lane 4, John Rittenhouse. Lane 5, Boyd Black. Lane 6, Joseph Majera. Lane 7, David Johnson. Lane 8, Steve Hill. And in lane 9, Michael Miller. Taking the win for heat number 6, swimming unattached, is Joseph Majera with a time of 1:07.12. Starting on the odd side is heat number 7. Lane 1, Gerald Burbank. Lane 2, Bob Wilchin. Lane 3, Jay Lay. Lane 4, Craig Peterson. Lane 5, Robert Tierney. Lane 6, Scott Shake. Lane 7, Tom Barton. Lane 8, Robert Heath. Lane 9, Pete Tarpole. And lane 10, Ted Bird. Heat 8 starting on the far side, with lane 1 being Jose Barbel, lane 2 Robert Sayers, lane 3 Anthony Daughtry, lane 4 Christopher Tyler, lane 5 Kurt Gehring, lane 6 James Tyler, lane 7 Nim Major, lane 8 Douglas Heyman, and in lane 9 Michael Peace. Taking the win for heat number 9 with a time of 1:01, or heat number 7 with a time of 101.75. Tom Wolf from Lone Star. Heat 9 taking the splash in lane 1, Jim Mohan. Lane 2, Robert Friepa. Lane 3, Michael Moreland. Lane 4, Greg Wade. Lane 5, David Knittington. Lane 6, Thomas Grisa. Lane 7, John Davis. Lane 8, David Vaughn. Lane 9, Lex Pegasus. And in lane 10, John Studer taking the win for heat number 8 with a time of 1:00.7. Kurt Gehring from San Diego Masters. Taking the win for heat number 9 with a time of 1:06.7. Thomas Grissa from Wisconsin Masters. Heat 11 taking the splash with lane 1 being Mark Downey, lane 2 Sheen Larson, lane 3 Amelie Reed, lane 4 Ross Davis, lane 5 Kurt Dixon, lane 7 Stuart Carroll, lane 6 Stuart Carroll, lane 7 Michael Stassi, lane 8 David Reddington, lane 9 Bob Badacci, and in lane 10 Colo Romano taking the win for heat number 10 with a time of 59.59. Nathan Bazili from Longhorn Aquatics. Taking the win for heat number 11 with a 59.26, Kurt Dixon from Golden Road. Heat 12 starting on the far side with lane 3 being Brad Schimid, lane 4 Brian Duke, lane 5 Russell McDowell, lane 6 Scott Hemke, lane 7 Aaron Schneider, and lane 8 Carl Knopke.
Jim Clemens, if you're on the grounds, will you come to the scorer's table, please?
Ooh, somebody's in trouble.
We have Sam Nettles in lane 1, John Rockwell in 2, Charles Rodis in 3, Michael Chiappetta in 4, Peter Moore in 5, Jens Christensen in 6, Byron Shevchik in 7, Dominic Mastraccio in 8, Edward Tiazzo and Rusty Miller filling out 9 and 10. David Ulesik in lane 5, 58.64. And Jens Christensen from Michigan Masters. Down in the even pool, we've got Austin Fraser in 2, Trent Holzman in 3, Brian Bergford in 4, David Ulesik in 5, Kevin Chen in 6, Doug Gilmer in 7, and Aaron Hawkins in 8. And in the even pool, we got Andrew Nan in 1, Abdil Garcia in 2, in 3, Tyler Lucht in 4, Benjamin Swan, Scott Ayer is in 5, Brett Saum is in 6, David Bell 7, David Denrich in 8, William Taylor 9, and Vince Delchuk in 10. And finishing first in heat 14 is lane number 4, Brian Bergford from Rocky Mountain. Lane 5, Scott Ayer with a time of 54.29 in heat 15. In the North Pool, Doug Carrington in 1, Mike Balestra in 2. Thomas Tredenek is in lane 2, Eric McPeters in 3, Matthew Saunders 4, Abraham Welt in 5, William Salber 6, Maxwell O'Connell in 7, and Ryan Ish in 8. And winning down in heat 16 with a time of 52 even is Daniel Lotano from Palm Beach Masters. Thomas Trednick from Far Above Swimming in lane 2. Heat 18, Jeffrey Hayer in 1. Thomas Bullock in 2. Kyle Green 3. Rob Newell in 4. Eugene Godso in 5. Jeff Engie in 6. Brad Gorder in 7. Andrei Nikoshenko in 8. Sean Chalice in 9. And Chase Mesford in 10. Alan Shea is in 1, Stephen Koss in 2, Neil Gregerson in 3, Bo Montgomery 4, Michael Barrowcliff in 5, Tim Stumbaugh in 6, Christopher Pay in 7, Rob Roll 8, Alex Shea in 9, and his brother Adam in lane 10. We got the 3 Shea brothers swimming this heat. That was Tim Stanbaugh from Rocky Mountain in heat 19. In 20, Aaron Anthus in 1, McKay King 2, Thomas Luxinger in 3, Jack Preto 4, Tom Kremer 5, Austin Quinn 6, Adila Saub in 7, Matthew Schwippert 8, Matthew Thompson 9, and Grant Proctor 10. Galen Martins is in 1, Noah Becker 2, Jared Yu in 3, Nathaniel Hubenthal in 4, Roderick Hughes in 5, Luke Brinbrich in 6, Byron Rossmiller in 7, Christopher Flynn in 8, Shane Forker 9, and Andrew Grohl in 10. Byron Rossmiller from Puget Sound. In lane 1, Taras Polakov. 2, Joseph Carlisle. Trey Colick is in 3. Kevin Van Cleve in 4. Andy Song 5. Sean Nee 6. Thomas Dillinger 7. Nicholas Tan in 8. R.J. Hemmingson in 9, and Tyler Hayes in 10.
I need a coach from San Diego swim and swim 4 over the day.
And
4 over the day, swim 4 over the day. And still trying to find Jim Clement. Thank you.
yeah. We need the coach from San Diego Swim and a coach from Fort Lauderdale to come to the timing stand here by the announcers. Coach from San Diego Swim and Fort Lauderdale. In heat 23, Caleb Lingy. In lane 2, Camilo Alvarez. In 3, Zachary Kappen. 4, Travis Nitkowitz. Fernando Rubalcaba Cruz is in 5. Luke Hemmingson in 6. Matthew Cooley 7. Nick Ashland in 8. And Lewis Quinn in 9. Time of 49.33. Fernando Rubalcaba Cruz from Team